Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the USO, the UUP, the GLD, the TLT, and the GDXJ. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, it's free, or click down here and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, if you're looking for a new broker, check out CobraTrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Best in the business, been using these guys for years. If you're an active trader in the markets, check out CobraTrading.com. You won't be disappointed. All right, daily chart. We had, what do we have? 16 million. Is it 16 or 6? No, 16 million on this. Oh, it's been a long day, guys. So 16 million on the USO. 9 cents up, or 0.87%. This thing keeps grinding up, down, gap up, gap down, gap up, gap down. It is staying above this trend line. That was the big one where we broke out, retested this area here. We talked about the 1060, this high pivot, could not make it above, came right back down, retested the support level on this trend line, right back up above the MAs. Above the MAs meaning strong stance or a bullish stance. Back above the 200, the 20, and the 50 moving average. Those are the MAs we use. And right back to this double top here. Again, 1065 will be the next area of resistance. I would expect this thing to go sideways or maybe drop back down into the crossover. Let the 20 MA kick this thing up and then possibly move higher. Again, I don't think Yellen needs higher oil in her little plan here with unwinding her balance sheet. So that's what I'm playing, as well as I'm playing resistance and the charts as they give it to us. So looking back, we did fill the gap, like we said. The 1070 will be the bigger area as well. So let's wait and see which pattern this gives us in the next couple days going into options expiration. So that's very important as well. And again, volume wasn't too bad. It's been very consistent right around that 13 to 17 million range, and just keeps grinding up and down. But every day, guys, gapping up, gapping down. It's pretty insane action. All right, let's get into the UUP, or the dollar. We talked about this being bearish way back when it came up in here, pulled back, retraced right back in a trend line, came back, bearish, fall, bearish, fall. We talked about 224, 29.97. We'd have to go back a little bit further for this action here. We did have some areas here. You had a little bit of a gap fill right down in here, right around 23.79, and a couple other ones coming that way. The big area I'm looking at, though, is 23.27, and then a big gap fill around 23 bucks, 22.85. If we got down there. I have no position in the UUP. We were long a while back, took the trade off, and then here we are right back down again in this area. It did recapture the 50 and the 20, which is slightly bear or bullish, but it's still down, still going sideways. Caught this gap fill down here, popped it back up, got above, came in, tried to get past this double top pivot here, boom, right back in, falling, but holding the 20 and the 50. So it's still below the 200, a little bit weaker stance, but let's see what this gives us in the next week or so. If we could get through the 24.44 area, then we're most likely going higher, going to fill these couple gaps up here in this area. But let's keep an eye on what it gives us, because right now we're down and sideways. So let's see if we keep chopping around. And as long as we stay above the 20 and the 50 in this chop pattern, then we'll be all right too. If it starts to slide, we're going to start filling gaps, retesting this low. I still think we could possibly get to 23 bucks. At 23, I might possibly get interested in this one. Or we'll have to see how the pattern develops on this. But right now, guys, great pullback on the UUP. Let's go to the weekly just to show you there. I mean, come on. Hits double top, goes a little bit through. Looks like, is there anything else back here? Yeah, we got, look at that, double top over there, and then boom, right back down. So even on the weekly, guys, did we get above? Wow, look at that. So we tried getting above the 200 and the 20, got rejected, came back in. Now we have an inside bar bearish pattern, and then we also have the down and then sideways bearish pattern. So weekly chart, you got to get above the, if you're bullish on this, you got to get above the 200 and the 20. If we get above that, then you might get a possible chance going towards the 50. You still have this major trend line in here too, so watch for that. So let's keep an eye on the pattern on the weekly and the daily, and then we'll see it from there. But we did catch a bottom here, got a nice little push up for 4 weeks. 5th week down, Now we have an inside bar below the MAs again on the weekly. So let's see what the weekly close brings us on Friday, and then we'll reevaluate this chart going into the weekend. All right, let's look at the GLD. The GLD, guys, hits double top, almost starts to break out, and then boom, right back in, guys. Pretty unbelievable. So we got back above the 127.59, kind of stalled down, then boom, 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 right back. Right back to what, guys? Gap fill right there. Almost the 200 and bounce right back up. Again, we're back above the 20 and the 200. We were back above all of them on Friday. This one slipped a little bit today, 85 cents down. We were getting a little bit of hype here with North Korea, so the gold was taking off a little bit, but boom, right back down. Let's see, let's stick a quick fib in there just to see where this was. My guess, 382, oh, 50. Almost to the 50 retrace. Boom, right back down. Let's see if we chop around here sideways. If we continue sideways, chopping around the 50 MA, then this is possibly setting up for higher prices. Still have a gap fill to be filled around 125.54. Gap window, gap fill up here around 127.92. And then, of course, the 52-week high right at 128.32 or so. So watch for that. But so far so good. I'm still in a half a position in this trade. Should have pulled it off here, and we could have got $7-8 on this trade and then pushed it right back up. But guys, I'm a little bit older, a little bit slower, and I'm just setting these positions. They're not huge positions. I can handle all of them, whether I'm upside down or not. No more than 10% of your total portfolio. I'm doing about 5% positions. Some of them I do have 10%, but most of them are 5% to 7.5%. Because if you're in a position, the trade goes against you 10%. If you're in a 5% position, you can handle that loss. It's not that big. Even if you're doing $10,000 positions, $20,000 positions, you're not going to get your butt kicked like an option. So we do a lot of share trading here at StockBookie, and we've been actually doing some writing calls lately, which has been going really well too. So check that out at StockBookie.com. All right, so gold though, guys, nice push up. Let's see where this thing ends up on Friday. This is the daily chart. Let's go to the weekly. Let's see what's going on with that. So the weekly chart, again, we're back above all the MAs. Let's see if this thing continue up. This was the big area of overhead resistance. I mean, we had a nice run. We went from 115 to 128, got the pullback. Let's see if we can continue one more run and get to this 130, 131. If we get there, I'll pull this thing off and be done with it. We're in from around 110.58, I believe it was, or 110.60, I'll say. So we had a heck of a trade if we could get out at 130, and we'll be done with this and looking for the next one. So that's what we do here at StockBookie, guys. All right, the GLD. Let's look at the TLT. So the TLT's hanging strong. We were in this channel here. Let's pull it back. So we ended up going up in this channel, not pretty good, and then we ended up coming right back in. Came to the 50 and the 200 MA, got the bounce, recaptured the 20 MA, and let's see it. This is a slightly bullish setup here above the MAs. Well, let's see, the retrace up here pulls it back. Yeah, I guess as long as we hold this area here around the 122, I'm going to say 122. As long as we hold that and don't pull back and confirm, we should be okay. If you are in this long still, you have a big trend line here as well. So that's going to be a lot of support down there as well. Let's go back, see where that's coming from. Yeah, so these connect the low, right into there. So that's a good trend line of support too. If that area cracks, though, we will be going down to 116.57 and then possibly lower. So watch out. We're starting to go up. Came back in. They're basically just up, down, up, down, up, down. We're still inside this bar. Bulls, you need to get above 130, I'm going to say 131 area for this to continue rolling. Bears, you need to stay below this area in here. If it gets above here, you almost have to exit and then possibly short this thing up here. But if this continues sideways and chop and chop and chop, you're still down and sideways. Not the best bearish pattern, but it's still slightly bearish. We're still inside this bar, came up and retraced, never confirmed, came right back down, almost to the lows. But if this area breaks around 122.50, 122, the blue line or the 750 retrace, hold on, let me stick this in better here. I got a couple different retraces in here. Let me put this short term in here. I just want to see where this one went. Yeah, so we're 382, so 50. Okay, so if we go up, Yeah, the big area is going to be right here around 131. Go down, if we crack this trend line, you're definitely going down to 116. So we're kind of in the middle of the range, a little bit upper or lower middle range, because middle would be the 50 retrace, which was right about here. So let's keep an eye on this one. Make sure if it stays above the moving averages, should be okay to consolidate and possibly move higher. If this stays down here and gets below the 20 MA and starts to slip, then we'll most likely see 116. So right now it's a 50-50 shot in there. So let's see what it gives us in the next couple days and on the weekly close, which is very important. All right, GDXJ, or you could follow the JNUG, but this one controls the JNUG. So let's get into this one. I haven't done this in a while. I started getting emails again, so I thought I'd throw this one in today. So here's your area. You're still, we've talked about this pattern before. We still have a trend line up here too as well. We could connect that one there. So got above it, came right back in, consolidating. So this down sideways, a little bit bearish. This down sideways, a lot bearish, but you're in a bullish stance above the 20 and the 200 MA. Bulls, if you slip below this trend line, slip below the 200 and start to sell, you will be going to 29.43 in a heartbeat. If this continues just to grind sideways, look up for that setup too, or look out for that setup as well. If this gets above the 50 and gets above this trend line and starts making a run for this high right here around 37.71, or let's go 38, right around the even number. And if we get up here, then this can continue to the 750 retrace and the double top up here at 43.02, and then gold will be screaming. But right now, still a little bit weak. Right now, still in the 3-bar surge inside bar pattern till it gets above this as well, the 36.73, or let's just go 37.71, or even 38, guys. If you can get above that and get above the blue line, then we're most likely going to 40 and then 43.02 if this starts to move. If the bearish pattern starts to play out, look for it to crack this one here at around 33.28 or so. If it cracks that and gets through the 200 MA, then you go into double bottom here, most likely 30.86, and then double bottom pivot, which is around 29.49. So watch for that on the GDXJ. And remember, this one does the JNUG, so if this goes up or down, JNUG will go up and down as well. So watch out for that. All right, guys, that's going to be it for these 5 today. Hopefully this helps some of your traders out there and try to figure out which way you want to go on some of these stocks, and try to make use of the charts, guys. It's very important to you that you follow the charts, and then just take it from there. Keep it simple. Just trade, and keep trading. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.